All right, guys, back to Trax News. It's been a while, but we're going to jump right in, and talk about the Matrix, as Andrew Tate likes to call it. What is that? What does that even mean? Because I've been thinking about it, and it obviously represents something. It represents a bullshit imposed world that isn't real. That's what the fuck is going on. Case in point, rise in heart attack diseases may be explained by extreme weather conditions, study says, all right? So again, right? You could call it Orwellian, or you could call it the Matrix. It's a fake world where you're forced to absorb information and believe in something that is absolute bullshit. Okay, so what happened? These vaccines that people were forced to take, that no one's ever took in history before, that was completely new, are having different complications in different people. Pregnancy, heart disease, blood clots, all sorts of shit when you have to take a vaccine en masse. Who has it? Well, how these complications show up in people's lives, we don't know, but you'll never find out the truth. You'll never find out the truth because shit like this is going on. Extreme weather conditions. There is an agenda being pushed on the world that if you go against this false narrative, your life is in jeopardy. Just like my life is in jeopardy. I have to think twice before I even comment on this shit. And it turned out to be a left-wing bullshit, as we all are well aware. That's why Dinesh D'Souza, which I don't agree with, I don't give a fuck about this guy, but, you know, even the subhead of this article implicitly concedes the dubious claim being asserted in the headline. The weather is the problem? No, you force people to take a double shot, triple shot, and some of the people that were sitting there taking it and doing this and that, if that's going to complicate their lives or risk their lives in the end, it's not that there won't be accountability. It's just that there won't even be acknowledgement. That's the issue, right? They won't even acknowledge what they did. When they released this vaccine, and you know their intention, so on and so forth, they were legally exempt from any type of lawsuit or any type of repercussions. So they made the money without any risk, without any strings attached, and said it was safe and forced you to take it. Well, if they forced you to take it because they knew it was safe and knew it was good for you, then why didn't they sit here and put their dollars where their mouth was? Right? Why didn't they just have the decency to say, you know what, if there's an issue, we'll follow through. There could be lawsuits against Moderna, against Pfizer, against this. Of course not. They protected themselves legally and forced you to take it. That's absurd, and nobody acknowledged it. Some people are understanding that, but then the Matrix comes along and cancels you, or fucks you over, or cancels your shit, or does this, or does that, because of this, and so on and so forth, or Andrew Tate, or whatever, right? So you're forced to live in a false reality, where up is down and left is right, and you better not fucking question it or say a fucking thing, or else you're going to get canceled, you're going to get fucked with, especially if you get too big. That's why we're going to keep Trax News on the low for us, our little group, the 10,000 that watch it, so on and so forth. And that's it. I don't want to grow it. I don't want my voice to be heard around the world when I have to explain shit like this, because I'm a jeweler. I got a business to protect. I can't sit here and war it out with whoever it is. And what is the root cause? What's happening in the background? What's happening in the back scenes? These companies are dying. And in order for them to survive, they have to take money from people who have money to burn. Bill Gates and this and that, so on and so forth. They're bought and paid for, and they run narratives. Pharmaceuticals, they're the only ones who could afford to pay for reality. They'll make billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they could give ABC $300 million to tell a story or to run a story, because they're not making money on advertising anymore. They're just forced to hold on to. It's just a sick world, but it's a world built on money, dirt, greed, corruption, and child, trafficking, and exploitation, which is really we're at the top of the world. It's a sickness within, right? People just want to do some sort of an evil. When they get older, they're dying. But the Epstein and the Epstein list and the people that were on it, they're somewhere out there in the ether world, in the nether world, pulling fucking strings and creating narratives and promoting their delusions. And what does it really boil down to? Some people are not human at heart. Inside their hearts, there's nothing there. There's just a greedy, sick depraved animal who doesn't really want to do good in the world, and they have the money, they have the power, and they're using it to continue their evil game of exploitation. It's nastier than you can imagine, and that's where you get headlines like this. So the Matrix, as people call it, or Orwellian, right? If in case you never read the novel 1984, War is Peace. Hate is love, you know what I'm saying, right? The Ministry of Love was really a place where you get tortured and so on and so forth. Everything is upside down, left and right, and you better not fucking question it. And it's a crazy global situation where people like Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, and a few others get ripped. So what is the underlying factor of the world, right? Bullshit, that's what it is. You got to figure out what the bullshit. When you read a headline, White House under pressure to expel this Prime Minister of Brazil, Bolsonaro, whatever his name is, after Brazil. What the fuck does that even mean? Who really promoted that headline? What are they trying to do? What the hell is going on over there? What's the underlying reality? The vast amount of capital printing. Most likely this country has already been compromised by China from within. And that's why you're seeing the Biden administration just print. They're trying to break the dollar by having Joe Biden print $10 trillion. Okay, they just passed some crazy bill, 1.7 trillion. They did the trillions of dollars in loans and buyouts and so on and so forth. That's probably coming in from inside. The phone calls coming in from inside the house. They infiltrated the White House. Joe Biden's not making his own decisions. He's getting papers to do. Somebody on the back end is getting paid. All that money's being siphoned and filtered out into a variety of different industries. They're collecting the dollars, and China might be positioning itself to crash the U.S. dollar and send us backwards 20, 30 years as they go and try to dominate the world and take over Taiwan at the same time. That's my personal hunch on the back end. And in the meantime, people, all these governments, and these countries with the dollar, the quality of their lives is going down, 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 down. It's a mad, mad, mad world. I'll try to keep you updated. Just don't buy into the bullshit. Be part of the sitting here in the Truth Club. And don't sit here and get duped by this, these pedophiles, essentially.